How would you like to improve your health and keep your family safe? You're listening to the Healthy Home Hacks Podcast, where we firmly believe enjoying optimal health shouldn't be a luxury. Healthy Home Authorities and husband and wife team Ron and Lisa will help you create a home environment that will level up your health. It's time to hear from the experts. Listen in on honest conversations and gain the best tips and advice. If you're ready to dive in and improve your well-being and increase your energy, you're in the right place. All right, here are your hosts, bowel biologists, authors, media darlings, vicarious vegans, and avocado aficionados, Ron and Lisa Barris.
Let's make life easier with one paint and endless possibilities. It's Beyond Paint, a true all-in-one paint that includes primer, bonder, and sealer for cabinets, countertops, furniture, and more. Beyond Paint allows the dreamers to do more, easier, and better than ever before. Just pick your color, clean and degrease, no stripping, sanding, or priming needed. Stir, paint, and watch your vision quickly come to life with Beyond Paint. Paint beyond your imagination with the ability to bond to any surface. Made for everyone, from the DIYer to the seasoned professional. It's beyond just paint. It's saving time, money, and effort so we can dream big with even bigger results. Beyond Paint, an all-in-one solution to transform any space.
Calling all weekend warriors, DIYers, HGTV fanatics, flippers, floppers, and quite frankly, anyone who wants to improve the aesthetics of their home.
If you love good design like me, then you've certainly found yourself staring at your old dated kitchen or bathroom cabinets, visualizing how much better they'd look in a different color or a fresh coat of paint. But maybe you don't have the funds or just don't want the headache, the stress, the mess that comes with a full cabinet overhaul. And you've probably heard about cabinet paint that requires no sanding, stripping, or even priming. It might even sound too good to be true, but we can attest it's not.
Meet Beyond Paint, a novel new paint solution that takes the long-standing concept of paint and turns it on its head, or in this case, I should say can, incorporating numerous features into one handy, effortless product that does everything. As such, their all-in-one paint was born combining the features of a bonder, primer, and finisher into a single product. You heard that right. An all-in-one paint that saves you money, time, lots of dust, and headaches.
You'll never have to worry about applying countless different coatings to your furniture before painting, streamlining the redecorating process significantly, and honestly, making it more enjoyable. And this paint isn't just limited to cabinets. You can use it on countertops, furniture, and more. Plus, Beyond Paint has a greener side, including that it's made in the good old USA, it's low VOC, it has a water-based formula, and is safe for people and pets. Guys, that means no ventilation required. Stay tuned till the end because we're going to tell you how you can have a chance to win a Beyond Paint bundle valued at $240.
Our guest today, Stephanie Laue, is a seasoned professional with over 12 years of experience at Beyond Paint, where she has played a pivotal role in the company's growth since the early beginnings. As one of the operating partners, Stephanie now serves as the marketing director. Her leadership has been key into driving both digital and traditional marketing efforts that have expanded Beyond Paint's reach in the home improvement industry. And she is with us today. Welcome to the show, Stephanie. Yes.
Thank you so much, Ron and Lisa, for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. We're excited. We've never covered this topic before. I love it. I love everything that you guys are about. So let's just dive in. I know listeners are chomping at the bit. So what inspired the development of Beyond Paint's all-in-one formula, and what were the key challenges during its creation?
So when we developed Beyond Paint, it was really important for us to put out a product that was not just premium, but quality. And one of the challenges, as you might know, with traditional paints is that they don't really all cover all-in-one aspects of the process. So to really develop a true bonder primer sealer was something we kept going back to our manufacturing partners on. So those relationships were super key in making sure that we had those high quality raw materials going to the lab back and forth, testing, making sure that it was durable for years to come. And, that is why it is a premium product that we're super proud of. And we did get our start on the home shopping network. So obviously, yes, we really wanted to develop a product at that time that could really be presented and give that wow factor. So from there, we could only make the paint even better, which is what we've done throughout the years, where we just have, exceptional coverage. It has 4 times the paint particles of regular paint, plus the qualities I mentioned of it being a bonder, primer, sealer. Because if you think about traditional painting methods, you'd have to first do a step of sanding your surface.
Oh, yeah.
So that, that dust that Ron talked about.
Made that sound easy.
That's where most people change their mind.
That might be where I draw the line. So, definitely that, the priming, just those multiple steps that might take hours, especially if you're doing large surfaces like a cabinet, a kitchen project. So it was really important to us that we delivered on our promise, which was, this all-in-one formula. And that's why so many customers love it. It speaks for itself with the reviews online, the people that come back and become repeat customers. And we're super proud of that.
Wow. Congrats on the HSN. Ron and I have been on that show multiple times ourselves.
The HSN family. Love
yes,
the network.
Yes, the HSN. I love HSN.
Yes, we're super grateful for the start, and then we've grown legs from there, but absolutely.
Was that tricky because you're selling a product on HSN, obviously large quantities, but you have people picking different colors? Did that get tricky?
Oh, absolutely. But think about, how they do clothing. So,
that's true.
Colors, patterns. So, kind of the same concept, just giving a great offer for the customer and then, showing it in a way that they could really understand it and digest it and make themselves feel empowered.
Yeah.
To take on such a project.
I bet that went crazy because I don't know anyone, unless you just moved into a new house or remodeled your kitchen, that doesn't want to change their kitchen. Usually the cabinets, because behind Stephanie is gorgeous. We were talking before the show started. Beautiful, beautiful forest green built-in cabinet. And it looks so custom. And she said, no, they were white when she moved in. And it looks like really high end.
2 coats of paint and about a day or so of painting. So
2 coats. Yeah.
And that's also the other beauty of Beyond Paint is that, that coverage that you can really roll on those 2 coats and that's it. You allow it to dry 2 to 4 hours and then in a weekend you can get it done. And we also did our kitchen cabinets, which we have almost 60 kitchen cabinets.
Oh my God. It was a big kitchen.
Wow. Yeah, we saw pictures. It was stunning. It was absolutely stunning what you did. Yeah.
I'm going to send you the link, friends, to enter the sweepstakes, and you'll see the before and after on that page. You went from brown to beautiful white.
Yes, and those were sprayed. So, there were just so many, but that project was done in about 3 days.
Okay. Did you guys spray them or did you hire someone?
We had some, because we were shooting a commercial around it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, so we were kind of creating movie magic. So we had a wonderful team of 2. So it really was only 2 people that came in.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's really good. Because if you spray it, would you say it's less likely to chip or it's just going to give it a smoother look or versus hand painting?
I would say maybe a smoother look just because, with the sprayer, you just kind of have less room for error. There's a little bit more of a consistency versus the roller.
Right.
But you could certainly achieve it with a roller. I mean, we also partner with so many amazing creators. That's one of our really big marketing efforts. And we have creators that we have a really long-standing relationship with where, they just come project after project after project and they want to collaborate with us and they really love it, kind of become brand ambassadors. So, you really have to believe in something and know it works, to put your name on it.
Right. To keep using it. Yeah. True.
So yeah, certainly we roll on beautiful projects, but sometimes a sprayer is a really good option. So what's nice about it is you can do both.
And when they spray, like you would have to remove the cabinet doors, correct? And then they'd spray the front and back completely. Or you don't?
You can or you don't. I mean, it really depends. Yeah. So that's for spraying, certainly maybe taking them down because you'd have to turn off your air and for all of that, just to protect your
right. Make sure nothing gets
and things.
Spray of paint.
Yeah, but if you were to roll, you could certainly roll on vertical surfaces without having to remove them. That's another amazing benefit of Beyond Paint is that the paint is so thick that it doesn't run like traditional paint. So you can easily roll back splashes, you can roll the vertical surfaces, you can leave your cabinets on. So imagine just the time savings there.
Yes.
Which we did here. We didn't remove anything really.
You didn't remove them. Yeah, that's a big thing for people. So
Well, time
yeah,
is money, and
time is money. Yeah,
there's
and the stress.
opportunity costs. One thing costs you something else. So having that time is everything.
Hey, Stephanie, I wanted to mention other synchronicities we had too. So you're now currently in the Lowe's home improvement stores, right? And Lisa and I used to be spokespeople for Lowe's home improvement back in the day. I feel like we are interlinked.
For their healthy home rollout.
Healthy home X. Yeah. Healthy
I know. It was meant to be.
It was meant
Right.
to be.
Yes, we have a really proud partnership with Lowe's. We're in all of their stores nationally with a limited assortment of colors, and then the remaining of, the sizes and the colors you can find online. Kind of what you said about HSN, difficult to be able to have all that shelf space and all of that, but at least the customer can get our top selling colors, at Lowe's in store. Someone in the paint department can help them if they have questions. So,
and is that nationwide, Stephanie?
yes.
Nice. Okay, guys, head to Lowe's this weekend, whatever day it is when you're listening to this.
And you can even go during the week if you want to, for sure.
Yes, and it is pre-mixed, so you just pick it up and go. There's no waiting at the counter. There's no mixing the paint. So that's the other thing about Beyond Paint is that all of the colors are pre-mixed. So it kind of takes a little bit of that guesswork out of it. We've tried to cover really most array of color families and top choices for furniture cabinets, et cetera. Those usual.
Mm-hmm. The neutrals, I'm guessing, right? A lot of neutrals.
Yeah, walls, you can have so many variations, but people tend to stick to certain colors for everything else. So
it's amazing. Well, Stephanie, how does Beyond Paint differentiate itself in a competitive market where large established brands dominate the paint industry? Obviously, you've done it. You're in all the Lowe's home improvement stores, but how do you do it?
Yeah, that's a great question because, being a younger paint brand, which we are, and, having similar or different competition in sharing that market space, we really just, again, going back to that first question, really about our manufacturing abilities, the performance of the product, really doing what it says it does. And without those positive reviews and returning customers and the paint just really speaking for itself, that's what's allowed us to open these really great relationships with retailers and stand the test of time.
Right.
Other brands come in and they try to do different things, but it's still not easy. They'll have a deglossing product, which is really the same as a stripping product.
I've seen those. Do you guys suggest that prior to?
No, not for us, but some paints would make similar claims, but that you'd have to do a deglossing, which is the same thing as using a stripper, and also, different finishes. So there's different competitors that, have different finishes on their product. But one thing we've also tried to do, again, just to be as neutral as possible and really fit as many needs for our customers is the finish. So we have a finish that's just kind of a standard matte flat finish. So we don't have like a chalky finish. We don't have a too shiny of a finish. Those things can be adjusted, but we think that by also eliminating all those different choices from people, they gravitate towards the brand.
That's true. Too many choices is not always a good thing, right? And especially with the finishes.
Yeah. There's so many variables.
Yeah. You're like, do I want eggshell or flat or semi-gloss or gloss? Or right. It can be overwhelming. You're like, geez, I finally got the color picked out. Now I got to decide that. So there, I see it in the background. It's like a nice matte, but soft to the touch. Like it's not going to.
And you can add top coats. You can add additional sealers for a certain finish, not so much for durability, but for a finish. And then what's nice about our paint is really the ease of use and then just really telling the story of how to use it. So it's our base paint. And then from there to transform it into a countertop or an outdoor piece, you would then, add your sealer to make it weather and heat resistant. And then, if you wanted something decorative on your countertops, then you have our decorative flex, which gives that granite-like look or decorative look to your countertop. And that's it. It's really a 1 to 2 step process.
It's amazing. And so listeners, you're probably like, what did she just say? Yes, you can use this paint on your countertops. And when I first read that, I was like, oh, that seems risky, right? What if you mess it up? But if you guys go to their website and check out the before and after, you'll be blown away. Like, say you have a dark granite, or I guess you could paint over even like a Formica or one of those types of surfaces.
Well, we did. We did on our guest bathroom. It was like this house is from the 90s. So it had a dark green laminate Formica top. And then now it's a beautiful white with little smoked gray flecks on them. So
yeah. So it looks like quartz now or something like that, like a nice stone surface.
Yeah. I get so many compliments. Actually, my realtor, she was over here. She goes, she saw the house a million times with us. So yeah.
That's amazing. Next time, come out with a marble, some kind of way to do marble.
You can.
You can?
Yeah, you can kind of do a veiny finish. It's just like, depends on how creative you want to get. That's why it's such a nice DIY product, because you can take like a paintbrush and then with a second color, you could kind of create these vein stripes and then get that.
I'd like to see that.
Quartz
yeah. Very pretty. And then you mentioned the fleck. So you do the paint and then they sell like this jar of fleck, which would be like little gold chip or whatever kind of flecks they were. And then you would sprinkle that to give it that natural stone look.
Yep. And then you'd seal it for the weatherproofing, water resistance.
Yes. Oh, for the bathroom, you would want to seal it for sure, right?
Yeah. Anything that will, hold a lot of water or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you have some examples of other surfaces and project types or?
Absolutely. I mean, Beyond Paint really works on any surface. So we would laminate, Formica, marble, glass, tile, what's left.
You're right.
I'm looking at my desk and I'm
granite.
Thinking, ooh, I might want to paint this. So my desk has like a glossy paint on top. Would you just go right over that?
Yeah. And really the only steps are, to clean and degrease. So you can use just a general good degreasing product that won't leave a oily residue. Just make sure, your surface is free of dirt, grime, dust.
So you wouldn't just like take a multi-purpose cleaner and wipe it down. You'd want to do something that degreases.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some of these products, they do have oils, they have fragrances, they have different things on them. So even we're on a healthy living podcast. So
yes,
you can do a vinegar water.
Oh, okay. You could.
Right.
Okay. That's perfect. Yeah. Vinegar water. That's
vinegar
what we use.
Water.
Yeah.
Right.
That was fine. And,
yes. Non-toxic, guys. So if you do put that sealant, please use a 0 or low VOC sealant. Yes. Yes. Very important.
Yes, our products are, and they are water-based and all that, but I'm sure we'll get into that.
Okay. So what is Beyond Paint perfect for? And does it require a lot of time? Like how long did it take you to do that? Beautiful bookcase.
So a typical project would take, depending on how big it is, but I would say anything under 50 square feet. So like a quart size, something that would be a quart of paint, which could really be your bedroom furniture. I mean, a quart of
only
paint
takes a quart. Wow.
To do a twin size bedroom set, maybe up to queen size.
Wow, that's amazing. How much?
Just from one quart.
A couple, like your dresser and a couple of tables, you could certainly achieve with a quart. So, that could be a day or two, a weekend.
Yeah.
And then, a larger project just depends on, again, if you're taking doors down or how much surface you're covering, but anywhere from 3 to 4 days. And then that could be a large bedroom set. That could be a 40 plus cabinet kitchen, which, even getting contractors out here, I was trying to explain to them because they'd have to use the product. And they weren't understanding. They're like, well, that's not how I do it. It takes me like 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, I know, but I'm trying to explain.
Hello, I'm with the company.
Yeah. And I was like, no, it won't take you 2 weeks. Isn't that a good news? And they were so skeptical.
They're like, wait, I was going to bill you for 2 weeks, but now I can't. Extra products.
Yeah, right. That's so funny.
Durable.
How much paint did it take to do your 60 cabinet kitchen?
It actually took us, in spraying, you lose a little bit of product as well, just from the airborne, but about 3 gallons.
Okay. 3 gallons. So would you say well, there is no such thing as a standard kitchen, but like a smaller kitchen, maybe I don't know how many cabinets are in a standard kitchen, 25?
Yeah. Our rule of thumb is a quart will do 10 to 12 cabinet fronts and face frames.
Okay.
So that could
10 to
be
12. Okay, gotcha.
Kitchen, and then a gallon will do up to 40.
Oh, wow.
48, really.
With 2 coats. That's factoring in 2 coats, right?
Yeah, and that's about 200 square feet. So whatever kind of equals 200 square feet. So your face frames and the doors. And that depends. You might need a little more paint if you're doing both sides of your doors.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Have you noticed any chipping? I mean, paint chips, period, regular paint chips. But like, do you have to be a little extra careful banging around the kitchen?
I mean, I wish I was like more cautious. And the reality is that I don't have to be. I mean, I was even amazed because we have a dog, I have a toddler, I'm in the kitchen all the time. I do love to cook. So we're always banging on those doors. They're not soft closed either. And I'm telling you, I'm amazed every time I walk in there because I've never personally had the opportunity to paint such a big surface that I use every day.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Not one chip.
Wow.
And you didn't seal it, or did you?
No.
No, you didn't seal those cap. Wow. Okay, guys. I know everyone's going to be running out to Lowe's.
And I know people will say, oh, she's with the company. I don't know how else to stress it. You know, there was also a piece that I took from a warehouse. So this piece is like 12 years old that we would use for HSN. And it went great in my guest bedroom. And I look at that thing every day and I say, wow, I cannot believe it. I mean, there's not one chip on it. And it was warehoused. It was on set.
Oh, wow.
You know, it was taken in and out and banged up and put in trucks. And I mean,
wow. That's amazing. That is really cool.
Yeah. So if people really follow the simple step of, you know, really just taking the time to make sure the surface is nice and ready to go and clean and degreased, you know, there really isn't anything else that you have to worry about.
So you kind of answered my question. It's not chippy, right? But how long can you expect Beyond Paint surface to last? Like, how durable is it? Like, what's the duration?
Yeah. So I would say that until you want to change the color.
Oh,
wow. Okay. So
speaking our language. Okay.
So 30 years from now, we'll change our mind, right? No, I'm kidding. No, very good. No, it is durable.
It'll be before 30.
If you ask a woman, it's every 10 years.
Yeah, right.
30.
I think Lisa's once a year. It's going to change every year, right?
I know. I get inspired. I used to be an interior designer, so I love changing things up. I'm sure a lot of people listening do too, and not too much. That can get a little chaotic, but you know, it's fun. It can make you feel like you moved into a whole new house. I'm sure walking into your kitchen after you did that, you were probably like, whoa, I'm in a brand new home, right?
Well, yeah, at first I was thinking add it to the list of expensive remodels. But once we painted it, I said, I don't have to worry about this kitchen for years.
Yeah. It looks brand new. I saw the picture, or I have the pictures on me.
So we can worry about other projects that we need to focus on. So
yeah, you can really do a lot nowadays in remodeling your kitchen and bath without spending a ton of money. And this is, of course, not only one way, but I love that you've got that green aspect to it. Obviously, as healthy home experts, we love that it's low VOC and water-based and safe for pets, which you can't say about all the paints out there at all. So that's really, really important.
No, yeah. And, you know, I know that that's what, you know, this podcast is all about. So even to add to that, we also, in terms of the hazardous air pollutants, the HAPs, we also don't have any, I think there's a list of 188 air pollutants, and we don't have any of those in our paint. And there is a minimal odor, but you would notice that it's a concentrated odor. So it's not something that spreads where your whole room will smell like it and that, you know, everybody has to stay away for the day. Like I know in our previous home, we had our doors painted. I don't know what paint my husband used for that. I mean,
he's in trouble.
I know. I was like, I don't know why you didn't use Beyond Paint, but I think he wanted to match the trim. And I mean, the house stunk for like 2 weeks, you know, of just that chemical paint smell. Yeah.
Yeah. Off-gassing. That off-gassing. And everyone thinks, oh, it's a new home smell. No, it's chemicals and you're breathing it in. If you can still smell it, you're breathing it in and you're inhaling those, you know, formaldehyde and binders and pigments and heavy metals and everything that can be found in paint, you know, traditional paint. So did you paint your doors black? Like a lot of people are now painting their interior doors black, which looks so beautiful. I know it sounds weird. It has to go with your decor, but
I'm not opposed to things like that. I definitely want to do our front door. So Beyond Paint's awesome for front doors too. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Make a statement. Make a statement with the door. Yeah. Do that bright colored, or you could do something fun. Now, how many colors are in the line?
So we have 16 of our matte colors, and then we have 3 metallics.
Metallic. Ooh, okay. That brings up some totally different type of projects. And then how many countertop? Is that separate? Is it the same paint? You just add the fleck, or is that different paint?
Right. So that's the beauty of it. Again, that easy decision making, you just pick the color you like. And then we have 3 fleck options. So we have a more neutral autumn beigey browns. We have an Oxford bronze. So it has these like nice little metallics with some dark, deeper browns in them, and smoked gray, which, is very popular. Everybody's still very much into the gray, but it is really beautiful. I mean, really beautiful. We do have a few new colors we hope to launch before the end of the year. So stay tuned.
Ooh.
What are you thinking? Tell us, Stephanie.
Yeah, that's a cliffhanger. Can you tell us what colors?
Well, definitely people are always asking for those neutrals. They always may want, other versions of white or, another brown. But then you get a lot of people where's my turquoise?
Yeah. That's my mother.
Where's my purple?
That's my mother. That's her mom, Lise, for sure.
My mom must have called you.
I was like, well, we'll add it to the think tank.
Right. What are your top 5 colors, would you say? Black, white, gray, beige?
Yeah, bright white, certainly, just because, it's kind of a no-brainer. And then pewter's a beautiful, it kind of looks like your background.
Mm-hmm. Like a deep gray. Yeah.
That deep gray. Soft gray, also very popular. We're also seeing our beiges come back. It's just really based on color trends. So we have sage, our muted green is really taking a leap right now. And then, our linens and khakis, I think those are just really the colors of the moment. So we're really seeing those a lot as well. And then our, those tried and true licorice, which is our black.
What kind of black is that? Is it like a muted black, or is it like a strong black? How would you describe it?
I'd say it's a pretty strong black, like
a deep black, not like a dusty.
Yeah, like a true licorice.
Okay. Oh, like a piece of licorice. Okay.
Stephanie, fun fact, Lisa actually is a color expert. So when she did this she was considered top of the line. You took this test. I don't think you can get higher, right? And as far as, yeah.
Greta Macbeth.
I think it's the Greta Macbeth color. I'd be more nervous to
No, I got one wrong. I still made expert status, but I got one answer wrong. And it was the one answer that I was going, is it this one or is it this one? Is it this one? You had to look at all these colors that were similar and put them in order, and like really similar. Like say you had 5 turquoise, but you had to put them in order, and you did that over and over with different colors. But yeah, the one I got wrong was the one I was like questioning. So that's fun. All right. Well,
she said, what was the color, Lise? She doesn't want to talk about it, Stephanie.
I think the turquoise. Turquoise. Speaking of turquoise, I think it was the turquoise category where I got 2 of the colors in the wrong order.
You shamed your mother.
On our new color, you'll have to maybe be our color coordinator.
I would love it. I'm obsessed with color. I really am. I have been since I was little. So yes, love to help and share my insight. Okay. So we said, where can people buy if they don't have a Lowe's store near them?
So our website is a great resource for that, really, just because we do have a store locator there. So they could really put their zip code or their state or nearest city to them. And then, you can find a local store. It could be a local Ace as well. We're in some.
Oh, Ace Hardware has it? Oh, I love Ace.
We do. They are a co-op. So the way those work, in case you didn't know, is that those are independently owned and operated. So it's not like a Lowe's where it's just you go through corporate. That's why those trade shows are very important for us, because that's a moment to meet and engage with store owners, store managers, and they decide if the paint is a fit for them. So we are in select Ace stores around the country, but we are in all of their warehouses. So if an Ace store is really the most convenient thing near you, you can pop in, you could ask, hey, I'm here for Beyond Paint. I know you carry it, and they can order it. And you
could order it. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, that's great. And then can they order
for more remote areas too?
Yeah, I personally love the customer service at Ace. You always have this just super friendly guy who's coming in. He knows everything and he answers all your questions, and it's not hard to find help. I don't know. That's just been my experience.
Ace is the place.
Ace is the place for the helpful hardware man. So can they order off your website also or no?
Yes. And
Oh,
our
okay.
website, I would say our website is a great first stop because you'll really get a good breadth of the brand. And we have great color galleries there. So you can see real projects that people have completed with Beyond Paint sorted by colors. So if you're unsure, you could see it in different lighting and things like that, as lighting always varies. And then we have a lot of videos, video library on there. So you can really spend some time poking around and learning and figuring out what it is that you want to do and all the do's and don'ts. We have a great FAQ section on there and, live chat with our customer service if you need to.
Okay. Is the shipping a little pricey then? Because obviously we're dealing with a heavy item if you're getting a gallon.
Well, we've really tried to mitigate some of that, and we certainly try to absorb as much of those costs as we can for our customers just to really make it convenient for them, given that it is expensive to ship, but we certainly work towards taking that burden off the customer.
Right.
Yeah. So,
and factoring in that you're spending gas if you're driving to a store, you're spending time and gas anyway. Yeah. Right. All right. Well, is there anything you'd like to leave our listeners with before we wrap?
We'd just love for you to take a small project, start small and, get creative. People find it so therapeutic, to paint and sit and just kind of like sit with a glass of wine, a tea.
I love it.
A little painting.
Girls' night.
So I should actually drink wine while Lisa paints.
No, other way.
Other way. Okay.
Furniture upcycling and, even flipping for profit is such a big industry. So even for listeners in this rough economy that are looking for either savings in their home, how can they save money? Maybe they're putting off projects now that they were hoping to get through in this year. Beyond Paint is a great solution, and we might be considered, again, more premium if you compare us to wall paint, but the results that you're going to get and all of the time you're going to save is really worth it. And then again, turning that into a business is also a great idea. And, certainly would encourage people to look into it.
Yeah. Go to the Goodwill and Salvation Army and your local antique stores and, turn something old into something new and beautiful and functional. I love it. I think it's amazing. Versus,
especially with the healthy living, what better than upcycling, using what you have, not putting more things out into the environment. So
that disposable mentality of that IKEA furniture where, you get it, it's chipping, it's falling apart and you're throwing it away and you're buying something else. Like when you do invest in good pieces, we have, and it's like our dining room chairs, we really invested in those and they look gorgeous. Like it doesn't matter how old they are. They still look stunning. And they have that classic look. So they're not like, don't be buying into the latest trends because you are going to be recycling that stuff. But if you get good quality, and I'm not talking about old fogey grandma stuff, I'm just saying like good classic, clean lines and beautiful furniture, you'll have it forever. And then you can keep repainting it.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to paint that wood. I know there's two teams. There's the paint the wood, don't paint the wood, but
like real wood. Yeah. People freak out. Exactly. Some people, that team.
I know they really go into it in our comments, but do what you want and have fun.
Do what makes you happy. We had a color therapy expert and she was really about when your environment reflects your mood and your personality, it is so important for your well-being and like your stress levels and your joy. So like you said, like your home needs to be a reflection of you, not necessarily what's trendy or even what's selling. If you're not planning to sell anything, make it yours, make it beautiful, make it something that lights you up when you walk in. I think we kind of overlook the importance of how much our environment affects our health and our mood and stress and all of that. So I would agree with that.
Very well said. I agree.
Yay. Okay. And I had one more question. If you painted over a cabinet door and you were like, oh no, I don't like it, can you remove that and still without ruining the original?
Yeah. Well, Beyond Paint does what it says it does. It bonds.
Okay.
It bonds to that surface.
You got to get your sander out at that point.
If you catch it early enough, you can certainly take that degreasing product, wipe it down while it's still wet. You certainly want to do this while it's still wet, but it's soap and water cleanup. So if you did mess up, it might just take a light sanding to really remove it from the surface. But once it sticks and the paint cures, which the curing time is like after a couple of weeks.
Okay.
30 days is the full cure. But
okay.
After that, you'll have to, take stronger measures, but soap and water for the most part.
Okay, I'm glad you said the curing time. So if you did paint, maybe for the first 30 days, you do want to be a little careful. And then after 30 days, you can probably.
Yes. I mean, it is still paint, it still has to do its thing. It has to lay down, it has to dry, and it has to bond.
And it can look dry, right? It can appear dry, even though it has
within hours. I mean, it'll dry in just a couple of hours, but people get overzealous. They want to prove the point. They want to chip that paint, and we're always, just patience, just give it the time.
That's a really important tip. Yeah, because I know people do that.
Yeah.
Well, this was great. Thank you, Stephanie.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see who wins this giveaway.
Oh, I can't wait. People are excited. I actually started promoting it big time today, and our readers are chomping at the bit to win this. So you guys, to learn more about all of the gorgeous color and texture offerings from Beyond Paint, head to beyondpaint.com. And as we mentioned at the top, we're giving away a kitchen makeover. One grand prize winner will receive a gallon of Beyond Paint for a cabinet makeover and a countertop makeover kit. That's a total prize value of $240. So head right now to bit.ly/Beyond Paint Sweeps. And I'll put that in the show notes because in case you're driving while you're listening. All right, good luck, friends.
This episode of the Healthy Home Hacks podcast has ended, but be sure to subscribe for more healthy living strategies and tactics to help you create the healthy home you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best content. See you on the next episode.